So hello, what's up? How is everyone doing? Welcome to another revision session where we are going to revise Essay 505. Sir, Essay 505 talks about what? The concept of external confirmation. Acha, let me tell you before we begin with this revision, we are going to revise from our board notes. Okay? Side by side, we'll take the reference of the book that all the topics are getting revised. And not only the concepts, we are also going to revise the questions of ICS study material, RTP, MTP, and past exams. Okay, so that your holistic revision is done. Now, like a good CS student, make sure you are putting the attendance on this video by liking this video. Okay, so that it can help more students from southern parts of India who want more of such English revision videos. Okay, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe the channel for more such videos. Okay, so where you are going to find these board notes, the link is in the description of the Telegram channel Clear CA with Shubham Keswani. There you can download these board notes. Got it, sir? So first of all, talking about Essay 505 external confirmation, let's learn the name. So 505 means if in the financial statement it is a 5, then you take confirmation, and after the confirmation you see whether the conforming party also confirms the balance as 5. So if 5 and 5 matches, then everything is fine. So 505, this way you can remember. Now, sir, what is the external confirmation? So basically you are the auditor. There is a third party, or you can say conforming party. It can be a debtor, creditor, bank, or you want confirmation regarding the litigations and claims from an external legal counsel. So you select a third party or a conforming party. Now, when you want the confirmation, do you want it directly or indirectly via the management? No, sir, not indirectly via the management. We want it. We want it directly. Acha, do you want it written or oral? Sir, we don't want it oral, we want it written. Now, in the written form, it can be in physical or electronic form. So, just summarizing the definition, it says external confirmation is an audit evidence as a direct written response in physical or electronic form from conforming party to the auditor. You understood the definition? Yes, sir. Now let's talk about the procedure. If I talk about the external confirmation procedure, it is a 4 steps procedure. Come on, 4 steps procedure. Now, one thing which is very important, that auditor should maintain control over these 4 steps. That means this procedure cannot be delegated. First step, you need to decide what do you want to know as auditor. Okay, what do you want to know as auditor? That means information to be requested or confirmed. Once you know what is the information, you select the party from whom you want the confirmation. That means selecting an appropriate confirming party. Once you know what you want to know, the information, once you have selected the confirming party, you start designing the confirmation request. So the third step is designing confirmation request. 2 things to be ensured: it should be properly addressed. Dear sir, dear ma'am, proper subject, confirm this balance, and then you draft the confirmation. Second thing, it should contain written information. Written information means your address, your email ID as an auditor, where you want the confirming party to directly respond you, to directly share the information with you. So it should contain the address or email ID, that is the written information, for the responses to be directly sent to the auditor. What are the 3 steps we have done? Deciding the information to be confirmed, selecting a confirming party, designing the confirmation request, and lastly, when the confirmation request is ready, you send it out. You send it out. So the last step is sending the request. But sir, if the confirming party is not replying, they are not replying to our confirmation, what do you do? Sir, we start doing the follow-up. We start writing the follow-up mails. So the last thing is doing the follow-up if it is applicable. So the 4 steps: determine the information, selecting the party, designing the confirmation request, and lastly sending the request. And if they don't reply, start doing the follow-up. Got it? Yes, sir. Now, sir, when I am designing the confirmation request, there are certain factors. There are certain factors which need to be considered when I am designing the confirmation request. A favorite question of ICI. Let's understand these factors one by one. First of all, you decide the layout and presentation of request. So those who have done the articleship in audit, they know that whenever I send the confirmation request, it is on the letterhead of auditor or client, it is on the letterhead of the client, and it should be very professionally designed. So layout and presentation should be considered while designing the request. Second thing you decide, assertions. What assertions you want to check through this request. So for example, when we studied SA 501, litigations and claims, there also we send the external confirmation to the external legal counsel. Which assertion we check there? Sir, we check the completeness of litigations and claims. So you have to decide which assertion I am verifying by sending the confirmation request. Third point, prior experience can be considered by auditor. Another point, you also need to consider the risk of material misstatement, including the risk of fraud. Generally, in which parties the fraud risk will be there? Manipulation chances will be higher. Sir, related parties. Generally, when you take the confirmation from any related party debtor or related party creditor, there the chances of manipulations are high. So you need to consider the ROMUM, including the fraud risk. Then, sir, when you are sending the request, will anyone reply or will anyone share the client information without the client's authorization? The answer is no. So unless you take the management's authorization, client's authorization, no one will reply to your request. So important thing is management authorization or encouragement to the confirming party to respond to the auditor. Next point. Once all these things are done, you decide the method of communication. You want to send an email, you want to send a post, you want to use some other application software. This is something to be decided by the auditor. And the last thing is ability of the confirming party to provide the requested information. For example, if the confirming party is a debtor and you want to confirm the debtor's balance, there are two ways where the confirming party can provide the information. First way is they can confirm the total balance. Second way is they can confirm invoice-wise talent. What's that? Invoice-wise balance. They can confirm invoice-wise balance. So now it is the ability of confirming party. How do they want to provide the information? How do they want to confirm the balances? So these are the points, or you can say factors, to be considered while designing the confirmation request. Now, sir, this is a conceptual way, but concept students forget very easily. So let's apply learn with fun. So I'm giving you a technique to quickly revise and recall this topic. So in our class, there is a student called Hemant. Okay, sir. What happens on 14th of February? Woohoo, lovey-dovey, sir. It is the Valentine's time, right? So Hemant has a big crush on his girlfriend or to-be girlfriend that the name is Hemanti. Okay, sir. Now he wants a confirmation from Hemanti whether she loves him back or not. So when he wants the confirmation, he will design a love letter. So for that love letter, he goes to Archie's. Okay? He goes to Archie's. There is a shop called Archie's and he gets a card. Acha, the card should have a proper layout and presentation. It should have proper hearts. Yes or no? Yes, sir. It should have proper hearts. So the first point he will consider while designing the request is layout and presentation. Now on the card, he will start writing his feelings. Feelings means assertions. But sir, his prior experience is like girls generally say no. Oh, so there is a risk of material misstatement. So what Hemant does, he takes help of Love Guru. He takes help of his love guru. He takes the understanding of love guru whether he should send the request or not. So he takes love guru's authorization and encouragement. Once the love guru gives the authorization or encouragement, then he decides the method of communication, sending it directly, giving it to her friend, or through any pigeon, whatever way he likes. He decides the method of communication. Now once he sends the love letter, it is Hemanti's decision. It is Hemanti's ability to provide the confirmation. So ability of the confirming party to confirm or provide the requested information. So these are all your points: layout and presentation, feelings, assertions, prior experience, risk of material misstatement, love guru's authorization means management authorization, encouragement. Then the next point, method of communication, and the last point is ability of the confirming party to confirm or provide the requested information. Is everything till here clear? Are yes or no? Yes, sir. Please take 2 sips of water. Now we are going to discuss an important concept, types of confirmation request. Are you people ready? Are you people ready? Yes, sir. Now let's begin with first type of request, that is positive confirmation request. Acha, before I teach you positive confirmation request from that board notes, understand the concept first. So in case of positive confirmation request, which I will address as PCR, other party has to reply in all cases. Sir, all cases means first case is you provide them the information, then they reply whether this information is correct or wrong. Okay, sir. Second way is you send a blank request. They have to fill the amount. They have to fill the amount. They have to provide the information. So in the first one, I am providing the information. They are saying whether it is right or wrong. Or in the second one, you are sending a blank request and you are asking them to provide the information. Because they have to reply in all cases, this is considered to be a reliable form of request. But sir, being reliable, there is a risk. Risk with which option? This option. What is the risk? That the other party can say that the information is right or the information is wrong without verifying the information. Oh. So what should we use? We should use this option. This option should be used by auditor. So auditor should use second option. But sir, in second option, again, there is a risk. What is the risk? Because the other party has to fill the information, there are more efforts involved, and because of more efforts, there is a lower response rate. There is a lower response rate. And this is the concept we have written in the board notes. Everyone, let's revise. Revision in revision. What is a PCR? Conforming party responds to the auditor directly. First case, by agreeing or disagreeing with the information, or by providing the requested information, that is reply in all cases. Because you have to reply in all cases, this is considered to be a reliable audit evidence. Now, sir, what is the risk with case number 1? Conforming party can reply without verifying the information. So how can I reduce the risk? By not stating the amount and asking the conforming party to fill the amount or provide the information. Now, what is the risk with this part? Sir, because of additional effort, it can lead to lower response rate. Because of additional effort, it can lead to lower response rate. Is PCR clear? Yes, sir. Now, let's talk about the concept of NCR. NCR says that the conforming party will respond only if they disagree. If they disagree with the information, then only they will respond. So again, revising it from the chart, they will reply only if they disagree. So sir, because this is the case, it is considered to be a less persuasive audit evidence. As compared to positive confirmation request, this one is considered to be a less persuasive audit evidence. Why, sir? Why it is considered to be a less persuasive evidence? Because of two cases. Case number 1. I sent a negative confirmation request. I did not get a reply. What will I assume? Sir, you will assume that the information is fine. You will feel that the other party agrees with the information because they have to reply only when they disagree. So if I'm not getting a reply, I will feel they agree. But sir, it can happen that you don't get a reply because other party has not received the confirmation. Second thing, you may not get the reply if the other party has not verified the information. They have ignored your confirmation request. And the third case is they may not reply if the other party is naughty. Sir, naughty means they are replying when it is their own benefit. When it is their own benefit, otherwise they are not replying. Sir, we did not get this point. Please understand with an example. Okay, whatever I have taught you, let's revise. Conforming party responds in case of NCR only if they disagree with the information. But sir, it is a less persuasive evidence. Why? Because if you have not got the response, that does not mean that they have received the confirmation. Maybe they have not received it. Or it does not mean that they have verified the information. Maybe they have ignored. Maybe they have ignored you. And the third case is conforming party is more likely to respond when the information requested is not in their favor. When the things are not in their favor, then they are more likely to respond. Let's understand with an example. Let's say in your client financial statement, there is a creditor. Amount due to the creditor that is shown in the financial statements, that is 1000 rupees. Okay, sir. But in the creditor books, the receivable balance option A, it is 500. Are the information matching? No. Should the confirming party reply? Yes. But do you think the confirming party will reply? I am saying I have to pay you 1000 rupees. In their books, they are saying we need to receive 500 only. Will the confirming party reply by saying, don't give me 1000, give me 500 only? No, sir, they will not reply. So the chances of reply are less. They will not reply because they are naughty. This is the problem with NCR. Second case. In our books, it is 1000. In their books, it is 1000. Obviously, they will not reply. In our books, we say we have to pay 1000. In their books, they say we have to receive 1500. Can I say this 1000 rupees is not in their favor? This 1000 rupees is not in their favor? Yes, this 1000 rupees is not in their favor. So in this case, these people will reply. So this is what they have written. Conforming parties are more likely to respond when the information requested is not in their favor. Otherwise, they will not respond. You are understanding the point or not? Yes, sir. And lastly, ICA ask, so should we not use NCR at all? Okay? Should we not use NCR at all? ICI says yes, you can use NCR if four conditions are satisfied. If these four conditions are satisfied, then you can use negative confirmation request. Now the question is, what are these four conditions? Take 2 sips of water. First of all, the area that you are checking, there the risk of material misstatement is low. It is an area of low risk of material misstatement. Now this is something that you are not estimating. You have evidence. You have proper evidence about the effectiveness of control. You know that control risk is less, risk of material misstatement is less. So you know that risk of material misstatement is less. Second thing which is less is low exception rate. Now, sir, what is the exception? Exception means whatever balance is coming in the financial statement and whatever conforming party is mentioning in the request, these two things are not matching. When these two things don't match, it is called an exception. So can I say if the exception rate is low, the balance in the financial statement is matching with the balance confirmed by the party? Yes, sir. So if that balance is matching, you can use the negative confirmation request. So two things, risk of material misstatement is low, exception rate is low. Third thing, what is more? There are large number of small homogeneous items in the population. Once more, large number of small homogeneous items in the population. That means you can say in the debtors, all debtors are alike and the balances are very small. 800 rupees, 500 rupees, 700 rupees, okay, 600 rupees, 500 rupees. So very small, all are debtors. So when you have such small amount of debtors, you think that why to send PCR to everyone? Why to send the positive confirmation to everyone? Let's roll out negative request. So when there are large number of small homogeneous item, you prefer negative confirmation request. And the last condition is you feel that the confirming party will not ignore you, will not disregard you. So auditor is not aware of circumstances that the confirming party will disregard the request. He feels that they will respect us, they will regard our request, and if there is any discrepancy, they will properly reply to us. So these are your four conditions. Let's revise them again. Risk of material misstatement is low and we have the evidence that controls are good. Exception rate is low. There are large number of small homogeneous items, and auditor feels that the third party will not disregard the request. So this is how you can remember through this small amazing thing. Two things less, one thing more. Two things less, one thing more. Auditor believes that conforming party will not ignore. Okay? So this is a rhyming line which can help you. Come on. Two things less, one thing more. Auditor believes that conforming party will not ignore. What are the two things less? Risk of material misstatement is less, exception rate is less. What is more, sir? Large number of small homogeneous items are there, and auditor feels that conforming party will not ignore, means auditor believes that the third party will not disregard the request. Clear everything? Are yes or no? Yes, sir. Now, sir, when everything till here is done, let's move to the next concept of evaluating the responses received. Please take 2 sips of water and get ready for this amazing concept. Acha, let me tell you, once this concept is over, your standard is 95% done. So, Baba, this is very important for your exam. Chalo. Come on, everyone. Get ready. First thing, when you are evaluating the response, there can be 4 cases. If you don't get a reply, it is called a non-response. If you get a reply, there can be 2 cases. Either you can rely on the reply or you can't rely. If you can't rely, it is a case of unreliable reply. If you can rely, 2 cases can be there. Whatever response is received, it matches with the financial statement. That means it is good. Second case, it does not match with the financial statement. That means it is a exception. Let's understand each case in detail. First case, if you don't get a reply, it is a non-response. So first of all, what is the definition of non-response? Either you don't get a reply or you get a reply, but in the reply, full information is not provided. Let's say you ask the information for 3 items. They provided you information for item number 1, item number 2, but for item number 3, they ignored you. Still, it will be regarded as a non-response. Okay, sir. Now, sir, if it is a case of PCR, where the other party has to reply in all cases, if they don't respond to you, you don't have any other option but go for alternate procedures. If it is a case of NCR and you don't get a reply, so that is a good thing. That is a good thing, because in NCR it says that the other party will reply you only when they disagree with the information. So if they are not replying, that means they agree. So the simple view is, if you don't get a reply, that means conforming party agrees with the information. Now, sir, I am giving you a trick. Sir, what is the trick? If in the ICI question, the focus is on negative confirmation request, it is important to write full theory of negative confirmation request, and at the same time also mention about alternate audit procedure. Come on, also mention about alternate audit procedure. So if in the question the balance is large, you also mention about alternate procedure and write the theory of negative confirmation request. Got it? Got it, sir. Acha, one more thing. You people are thinking, sir, what are the alternate procedure? Okay, what are the alternate procedures that we can do? These are very easy. If you want to test the debtor, okay, so what you can see, sir, if you are not getting the confirmation, we can see the sales document, shipping documents. When the debtor repays, okay, debtor is on 31st March, he will repay in the month of April, May or June. So check the subsequent cash receipts of April, May, June, bank statements, shipping documents. This way you can get a comfort that debtor is there. What about creditor? Opposite. Subsequent cash disbursement. So you can check. Come on. Yes. You can check the subsequent cash disbursement. Purchase document like purchase invoice, goods receipt note. These are the documents that you can verify. Do you want to do some amazing questions? Yes, sir. Come to the question bank. Let's do first of all. Question number 1. Let's see what it says. What are the factors to be considered for the same? Let's read the whole question. Messrs. ABC and Company LLP are appointed as auditor of Sharp Company for the year ended 31st March 25. As a part of audit, they want to use confirmation procedures as audit evidence during the audit. In view of the fact that positive confirmations are not that good, they are not responded favorably, firm intends to use negative confirmation request. What are the factors to be considered for the same? So let me tell you, in the year May 19, okay, ICI used to ask question for 6 marks, 7 marks. That means it should to be a lengthy question. So in the answer, accordingly, you can see they have given a lengthy answer. First of all, they have written the general points of designing a request. Remember the general points, Hemanti, love letter points. Sir, what were the love letter points? Layout and presentation, assertions, prior experience, risk of material misstatement, management encouragement, method of communication, ability of conforming party to conform. So these general points you will consider. Then sir, because it is a question mainly on negative confirmation request, first of all you will write the theory. In the theory, what you do, first of all define, then define. After definition, right, it provides less persuasive evidence. Why it provides less persuasive evidence? Write the 3 points. Sir, what are the 3 points? Failure to receive does not mean they have received the confirmation. Second point, does not mean verification of the information. And the third point, what was the third point? That they are more likely to respond with a disagreement when the information is not in their favor. So these are the 3 points you mention. And then lastly, you mention what are the 4 conditions. If these 4 conditions are satisfied, then you can use a negative confirmation request. 2 things less, 1 thing more. 2 things less, 1 thing more. And you feel conforming party will not ignore. So what were the 2 things less? Exception rate is low, ROMUM is low. What is more? Population has large number of small homogeneous items, and you are not aware of circumstance that the third party will disregard the request. Clear? Clear, sir. Question number 2. Now, sir, what is the question number 2? It is asked in November 22, RTP May 18, MTP May 25. Let's revise. Last point says, comment with respect to essay. Read the whole question. During the audit of Star Limited, Star, auditor received some of the confirmation of balances of trade payables through external confirmation by negative confirmation request. So question is focusing on negative confirmation request. In the list of trade payables, there are number of trade payables of small balances except one. Old outstanding balance of 15 lakhs where no confirmation is received. Comment. So what did I tell you? Sir, you just told us in our chart that if in a ICI question the balance is very high, okay? So in that case, what you need to write? You need to write the full theory of NCR. That is the definition. Okay? It provides a less persuasive evidence. I think you must have written here. Okay? Define. Write the pointers of NCR. What are the pointers of NCR? Less persuasive evidence. Why less persuasive evidence? 3 cases. It does not mean the third party has received the request. It does not mean they have verified the information. They are more likely to respond with a disagreement when the information is not in their favor. Then give the 4 conditions which need to be. I don't think you need to write the 4 condition here that need to be satisfied when you use a NCR that they are not asking you. And lastly, what you can write is, because you have not received the response, better to do alternate procedure. So talk about the alternate procedure. And if you have not got a response, that does not mean there is a misstatement, because in NCR, the third party generally replies when there is a disagreement. So if they have not replied, that does not mean that there is a misstatement. So you can see ICI has framed it like this. They have given the definition. They have written less persuasive evidence. They have written the 3 reasons, 1, 2, 3. And then they have written about the alternate procedures, subsequent cash disbursement, good receipt note, and further non-response in case of NCR does not mean that there is a misstatement, because they have to generally respond only if there is a disagreement. Okay, this is how you deal with a good case study based question. You liked it or not? Yes, sir. So if you want, you can take 2 minutes, just pause the video, revise this question, and then move with me to the next topic. Ready? Ready, sir. Now, sir, in this chart, first case is done. What is the first case? If you don't get a reply, this is a case of non-response. How do you deal with it? You have to follow this chart. Now let's move to the second case, that you got a reply, but you cannot rely. Why? Because the reply is unreliable. Let's move on to this case. Take 2 sips of water, and all you got to do is focus on this photo. Get ready. So, sir, when do you think that the confirmation request reply will be considered to be unreliable? So there can be 2 cases. Case number 1, you are not getting a direct confirmation request. You are getting an indirect response. There is no direct response. There is a indirect response. Indirect means confirming party send the reply, and in between some fraud person came and he did the interception. Interception means in between he stopped the request. Now when he did the interception, he made the alteration He changed the figure, and this person is a fraud. So there is a risk of interception, alteration, fraud. Say with me, interception, alteration, fraud. Once more, interception, alteration, and fraud. This is the first case. Second case, it may happen that the conforming party is fake. That means it is not intended conforming party. So it may happen that management has given you a wrong email ID, they have given you a wrong address, and a fake conforming party is conforming the balance. Can I say if these things are happening, it is intentional? It is a fraud? Yes, sir. So that's why it is considered to be a fraud risk factor. So you need to assess the impact on your risk. Which risk? Fraud risk, and nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure. That means you need to do some more detailed procedure to verify this information. You got the point or not? Yes, sir. So this is the same thing which is written in theory. Now theory will make sense to you. So first of all, whenever a question comes by ICI, unreliable response from conforming party, first you write the introduction. If the auditor believes that the response is not reliable, consider the impact on risk of material misstatement. Which risk? Fraud risk, and nature, timing, and extent of procedure. Now explain when it is considered to be not reliable. So reliability ka point is discussed by SA 500. So start with SA 500. Even for evidence from external sources, there can be circumstances that affect the reliability. What are the circumstances that affect the reliability? Two cases. First case, it is received indirectly, conforming party to some person to the auditor. Or second case, it is not from original conforming party. In this case, there is a risk of, what were the three magical words? Interception, alteration, and fraud. And this is considered to be a fraud risk factor. This is considered to be a fraud risk factor. So this is how you frame your theory. Once more. Introduction, it is not reliable. So consider the impact on ROMUM, fraud risk, nature, timing, and extent of audit procedure. Then start your answer with SA 500, because that is the standard which talks about the concept of reliability. That even when evidence is from external sources, there can be reasons that affect the reliability. What are the reasons? It is received indirectly or not from the conforming party. What is the risk? Risk of interception, alteration, and fraud. And that's why it is also a fraud risk factor. Are the 3-4 points clear? Yes, sir. Now, sir, can we do an amazing question on this concept? Yes. So we have a question number 5. This question is there in your study material. MTP November 24 also asked in September 25 exams. Oh my God. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Last line. How will you proceed with the situation as an auditor? Sir, we need to read the whole question. Let's see what it says. As an auditor of Groom Limited, you have sent positive confirmation request to 30 creditors in March 2025. All of these creditors in the informal sector are small concerns, small entities. You choose to send positive confirmation request to the above parties at their business address, which was mentioned in their bills after discussing with the CFO of the company. The CFO of the company was very cooperative. He did not raise any problems. Response to the confirmation request was received within 1 week. Aren't these facts too good to be true? You have done your articleship in audit? Yes, sir. I'm asking the students who have done their articleship in audit. Is the management so cooperative when you send the request? No, sir. Even if they are cooperative, do you get the reply within 1 week? Or you have to do follow-up, reminder 1, reminder 2, reminder 3. So we have to do lot of follow-up. So that means something fishy is there. Something fishy is there. So now your article intern informs that, listen, out of these 30 creditor, GST registration of 25 creditors has been cancelled during the financial year. And no fresh registration is taken. So can I say that these 25 parties are fake parties? They are fake conforming party. So can I say this is the case that Shubham sir taught, unreliable response from conforming party? Yes, and this is the theory you need to write. This is the theory that you need to write as a CS student, and this is what is written in your answer. Let's revise, revision in revision. How you start your answer? That, sir, first of all, introduction. If response is not reliable, consider the impact on the risk of material misstatement, including the risk of fraud and nature, timing, and extent of procedure. Then just write the facts of the case in 1 or 2 lines. That's it. Then start your answer with SA 500. That there can be certain reasons which affect the reliability. Okay, what are the reasons? It is received indirectly or not from the conforming party. So there is a risk of interception, alteration, and fraud. And this is considered to be a fraud risk factor. This is considered to be a fraud risk factor. Easy peasy. Are easy peasy lemon squeezy? Yes, sir. Now, Baba, if we come back to our chart, two cases are done. Non-response done, deemed unreliable done. Now let's talk about the last two cases. That if it is to be relied upon, there can be two cases. If the information is matching with the financial statements, very good. But if it is not matching with the financial statement, it is called a exception. Now, how do you deal with the exception? This is what we are going to revise now. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Come to the last case, that is the case of exception. Take 2 sips of water and get ready. Now, sir, how do we explain the exception? First of all, define it. Exception means there is a difference between what? Information requested to be confirmed and information provided by the confirming party. So if the information that you requested, that is there in your client books, and the information provided by the confirming party, if there is a difference between them, then that is called an exception. Now, sir, when there is a difference, does it mean that this is a misstatement? The answer is no. You take this difference to the management and ask them to investigate and reconcile. If they reconcile, very good. But if they don't reconcile, it is considered to be a misstatement. So for example, let's say we have a debtor. In the books of accounts, the balance is 3 lakh. But in the confirmation, balance is 2 lakh. Oh, the information is not matching. This difference of 1 lakh between the information requested and information confirmed, it is called the exception. Now what do? I go to the management and ask them to reconcile, or you can say justify why the difference is there. So the first case can be, they can justify by saying that, sir, on 31st March, the debtor paid, but we as a company received on 1st April. So because of this timing difference, there is a difference. So can I say management has justified? If they have justified, there is a no misstatement. But Baba, if they are not able to justify, if they are not able to reconcile, then it is considered to be a misstatement. And what we have to do with this misstatement, we have learned in SA 530. We do the projection of misstatement. We assess the misstatement to entire population, and that is step number 3. What to do? It should be assessed to entire population after analyzing the reason for difference. So let's say the total population is 10 lakhs. You took a sample of 5 lakhs. In the sample of 5 lakh, you found a misstatement of 1 lakh. So what is the projected misstatement in population? Sir, the projected misstatement is out of 5 lakh, you found a misstatement of 1 lakh. So in 10 lakh, the projected misstatement will be 2 lakh rupees. This will be 2 lakh rupees. And after all this exercise, we reach the conclusion stage. What is the conclusion? As an auditor, when you perform this procedure along with your other procedure, did you get sufficient and appropriate evidence? Or if you don't get sufficient and appropriate evidence, you need to do more testing. Sir, more testing means performing further audit procedure necessary as per SA 330. So as an auditor, you can check more invoices, you can check more sales document, you can increase your further audit procedure. That means your testing. Clear? Do you want me to revise quickly once more time? Yes, sir. Revision and revision. 4 things. Define an exception. Difference between the information requested and provided by confirming party. What to do? Ask the management to investigate and reconcile. If they reconcile, very good. If they don't reconcile, assess to entire population. That means project. Now, after assessing to entire population, after projecting the misstatements and doing all your procedures, conclude whether you got sufficient and appropriate evidence. If not, perform further audit procedure as per SA 330. These are your 4 points. Got it? Got it, sir. Now come to the question bank. I have an amazing question for you. Question number 4. Asked in RTP May 25. Are you people ready? Yes, sir. Let's see what does this question says. Also discuss the course of action if there is a discrepancy from debtor and non-receipt of confirmation from creditor. We need to read the whole question. Let's read the question together. Please focus. During the audit of financials of Lux Limited for the year ended 31st March 25, CA Suyash, the statutory auditor, requested the external confirmation for certain debtors and creditors as a part of audit procedure as per SA 505. CA Suyash sent a confirmation request to a debtor having a balance of 15,50,000, which was outstanding for more than 6 months, insisting him to respond directly to the auditor confirming whether they agree or disagree with the balance. Which is this type of request where you say that you have to reply me whether you agree or disagree? Sir, this is PCR, positive confirmation request. Second case, he also sent a confirmation request to a creditor with a balance of 13,25,000 to reply only if he disagree. Which is this request? This is NCR, that is negative confirmation request. CA Suyash received the response from the debtor and creditor in the following manner. First case, debtor confirmed that as per their books the balance is 14,90,000, but in the company's books it is 15,50,000. Can I say there is an exception here? Yes, sir. There is an exception. Second case, creditor did not reply to the confirmation. So in case of negative confirmation request, if you don't get a reply, that is a good thing. That is a good thing. That means they agree with the information. So first point, they say identify and explain the type of request sent by the debtor, sent to the debtor and creditor. So this you already know. Define PCR, define NCR, and you are done. Okay, sir. Then say explain the course of action in the two cases. So can I say in the first case it is an exception? So whatever 4 points I told you, define, investigate and reconcile. If you are not able to reconcile, assess to the entire population and conclude evidence obtained, or you need to do further audit procedure. Same things ICI has written. Sir, how? Defined. Okay. Second point, investigate and reconcile. Third point, assess to entire population after analyzing the reason. Fourth point, conclude sufficient and appropriate evidence obtained, or you need to do further audit procedure. Sir, why they have shuffled the points? They don't know, na? Okay? They don't know the logical way of framing the point. So that's why they shuffle. Ignore. I'm there with you, na? I'm there to support you. The way I have told you logically, this is how you need to revise it so that the points are logically there in your mind and you don't miss any of them. Clear? Clear, sir. Now, sir, second case, if you don't get a reply in case of NCR, so what did I tell you? I told you that if you don't get a reply in case of NCR, that means confirming party agrees with the information. This second part is to be done only when in the ICI question balance is large and the question is focusing on NCR only. So can I say in this question they are not focusing only on NCR? It is a big question. So because it is a big question and NCR is a small part of it, you can take a simple view. Sir, what is the simple view? That creditor agrees with the amount. No need to give NCR explanation. No need to talk about alternate procedure if such type of question is asked. Okay. In the second question that we just covered before it, here the things were different. Here the question specifically was focusing on NCR. So here you need to elaborate about NCR, define it, write all the pointers, write about alternate procedure. And then you can say if it is not a, you have not got a response, that does not mean it is a misstatement. Here you need to elaborate. But the question that we just discussed, RTP May 25, because NCR is a very small part of it, no need to elaborate it. Clear? Clear, sir. See, in this revision, all concepts we are covering, all questions we are properly revising. If you have still not liked this video, very bad. Okay? Please like it and subscribe the channel. Take 2 sips of water. Now we are moving to the last concept of SA 505, that is management's refusal to allow the auditor to send the confirmation request. After this concept, I have a surprise for you. Okay? Be ready. Now, sir, I went to the management. There was a creditor's balance of 2 lakh rupees. Management said that we cannot allow you to send the confirmation request. I said, why? Why you can't allow me? So they said there is a legal dispute. If you send the confirmation, it will impact our legal case. I asked them, what is the legal case all about? Tell me the reason. So they explained the case to me. So there is a creditor who sold goods worth rupees 5 lakhs. Out of that 5 lakhs, we returned 3 lakhs, but this 3 lakh return was not accepted by the creditor. Okay, I heard this story. Do you think just hearing the story is enough? No, I should ask for proper relevant evidence about it. So I asked them, show me proper evidence. What are the legal case documents? Do you have the documents of the goods returned? If yes, show me this evidence. Now, sir, based on this evidence, I will decide whether they are telling me a true story or they are doing some fraud. So this is how you frame your answer. Whenever management says no, inquire what are the management's reasons, and for those reasons take evidence whether they are reasonable and valid. If they are not valid, then sir, again it has an impact on risk of material misstatement, that is the fraud risk, and nature, timing and extent of audit procedure. This same point is repeated from the topic of unreliable response. Now sir, if management is not allowing, that does not mean we give up. We don't give up. We do alternate audit procedure. Obviously, if you can't do the main procedure, you do alternate audit procedure to get the relevant and reliable evidence. But if the management refusal is unreasonable, or you are still not able to get relevant and reliable evidence from alternate procedure, now you need to complain. Who do you reach out to complain about the management? TCWG. So now we go to communicate with TCWG as per SA 260 because management is creating difficulty for you. And at the same time, if you feel that the matter is material, consider the impact on audit report as per SA 705. That means you need to modify your opinion. So this is all. Whenever management says no, ask for the reasons. For those reasons, take the evidence whether the reasons are reasonable and valid. If they are not valid, there is a risk of material misstatement, that is a fraud risk, and consider the impact on nature, timing and extent of procedure. Don't give up, do alternate procedure. And even after this, if you feel they are unreasonable, you are not able to get relevant, reliable evidence, complain to TCWG and consider the impact on your audit report as per SA 705. This is how you play with the concepts logically. Does it make sense? Yes, sir. So talking about this concept, we have only one question, that is question number 3. It is a direct question which says that Never Permit Limited is refusing you to send a direct confirmation, and if management is not agreeing, how will you reply? So you only have to talk about this concept of management refusing to send a confirmation request. Clear, sir. So see, whatever concepts are there in your study materials, we have revised them properly. There is one more question related to this essay which was asked in the old course. This is not in your study material. Just for safety point of view, I'm discussing this concept. Will take just 2 minutes. Just listen to me. It says, what are the factors which can assist the auditor to decide whether external confirmation should be used as substantive audit procedure? Before discussing this question, just a concept for all of you. Talking about external confirmation, if you are deciding whether to use the external confirmation as a substantive procedure means the audit procedure which are used for testing the amounts, those are called substantive procedure. So this decision of using the external confirmation, this is taken care by SA 330. SA 330 talks about these factors. And once you have decided how you use the external confirmation, the procedures, okay? The procedure of external confirmation, determining the information, selecting a party, designing the request, sending the request, doing the follow-up, evaluating the response, everything is taken care by SA 505. So decision of using external confirmation, SA 330. Once you use the external confirmation, how you use it, those part is covered by SA 505. So now, sir, what are the factors which can help us to decide whether we have to use the external confirmation request? There are 3 factors, very simple factors. First of all, you get to know whether the third party knows about it. Whatever information I need, whether the third party knows about it, that means confirming party's knowledge about the matter. Now, even if they know, will they tell us? Will they reply to us? That means the second point, ability or willingness of the third party to respond. So there can be certain reasons why they don't respond. Maybe it is too costly for them. Maybe it is too time consuming. Sir, why it is costly? Maybe there can be a legal liability. Your client files a case against third party for sharing the information. So it can be costly because of a legal liability. Why it is time consuming? Maybe they are in USA and whatever information you are asking is in rupees. So converting the dollar to rupees will take time. So they are operating in different currencies. Or maybe there is any other reason that they are operating in an environment where there is no such custom of responding to such request. So 2 points you have to consider: whether they know about it, that means their knowledge. Even if they know about the information, will they reply to us? That means ability or willingness of the third party to respond. And the last factor is, even if they reply, even if they share the information, can we trust it? Can we rely on it? That means the last point is objectivity of the confirming party. So generally, if it is a related party, objectivity will be less, it will be less reliable. So these are the 3 points you can consider: whether they know about it, if they know, whether they will tell us, even if they tell us, will we trust it, by considering the objectivity of the confirming party. Okay, so with this, essay 505 is done. Take 2 sips of water. Now is the time for surprise. Get ready. So, sir, it was a little lengthy essay. Okay, it was a little lengthy essay. But what if within 5 minutes we can quickly revise all the concepts, which will become very easy for you to revise on the last day? Are you people ready? Yes, sir. So this is the one pager revision chart. One pager revision chart to revise all the concepts. All you need to do is just sit back and listen to me. Okay. Please focus on the board. So we started essay 505, external confirmation, with the meaning. That means it is a direct written response from confirming party to the auditor. First thing we learned is process. Auditor has to maintain the control. That means he cannot delegate this process. First of all, decide the information. Then decide who will give this information. That means appropriate confirming party. Then design the confirmation request. It should be properly addressed and there should be written information. And lastly, you send the request and do the follow-up. Sir, what are the factors to consider to design the request? Remember that love letter? Yes, sir. Layout and presentation, your feelings, assertions. Prior experience not good, there is a risk of material misstatement. You take the management's authorization. Method of communication, and lastly, ability of confirming party to confirm or provide the information. There are 2 types of request, the heart of this essay: PCR and NCR. Positive confirmation request, negative confirmation request. PCR means the other party replies whether they agree or disagree with the information, or another type is you provide them a blank request and they provide the information. That means they have to reply in all cases. That's why it also considered to be a reliable audit evidence. But sir, there is a risk with this case that they may reply without verifying the information. So what should we do? You should not state the amount and ask them to fill the amount. But sir, again, there is a risk that in case of blank request, there is a lower response rate because of additional effort. What is the NCR? They reply only if they disagree. So it is considered less persuasive evidence. Why? Sir, no response does not mean they have received the request. It does not mean they have verified the information. Plus, you told us they are more likely to respond when the information is not in their favor. So when to use NCR? When 4 conditions are satisfied. 2 things low, 2 things less, 1 thing more. 2 things less, 1 thing more, and we feel that confirming party will not ignore. 2 things less, ROMUM is less, exception rate is less, okay, risk of material misstatement is less, exception rate is less. There are large number of small homogeneous items and we feel that confirming party will not disregard the request. Last stage of the standard, evaluating the response. First, non-response. If it is a non-response and it is a case of PCR, you can't give up, perform alternate procedure. For debtor, you can check subsequent cash receipt, shipping documents. For creditor, you can check subsequent cash payment and goods receipt note. For NCR, it is a good thing. That means confirming party agree. But still, if it is a big question, write the theory of NCR and also talk about alternate audit procedure. If it is an unreliable response, Baba, there is a risk of fraud and consider the impact on nature, timing, and extent of procedure. Now start your answer. Reliability is a concept talked about by SA 500. So say evidence from external sources. Still, there can be circumstances that affect the reliability. What were the two circumstances? Received indirectly, or it is not from intended conforming party. So what is the risk? Sir, there is a risk of interception, alteration, and fraud. That's why it is called a fraud risk factor. Great. Exception. Exception means difference between the information requested and provided by the conforming party. Whenever there is a difference, investigate and reconcile the discrepancy. If you can't reconcile, there is a misstatement which should be assessed to entire population. Lastly, you conclude and evaluate whether sufficient and appropriate evidence obtained, or you need to do more testing, that is further audit procedure. And the last part of the standard, if the management refuse, inquire the reasons. For the reasons, take evidence whether they are reasonable or valid. If they are not reasonable or valid, consider the impact on fraud risk and nature, timing, and extent of procedure. But Baba, don't give up. Perform alternate procedure. And after all this, if you are not satisfied, you feel management's reasons are not reasonable, through alternate procedure also you can't get relevant and reliable evidence, complain to TCWG and also report to the members. As per SA 705, you may have to modify your opinion. So consider the implications on audit report as per SA 705. Okay. So with this, the whole revision of all concepts and questions of SA 505 is done. I hope you enjoyed this revision. If you enjoyed, do hit the like button. Do share your feedback in the comments, because your appreciation is my motivation. Okay. And I'll just say that if you are new to this channel, do subscribe it, and see you all in the next session. Till then, keep that smile on your face. Yes. Keep studying with happiness, because then only we progress. See you all in the next revision. Let's learn with fun. Keep going, all of you. Take care.